So there's an early election on. Today I'm going to Birmingham to talk to Jess Phillips. Now Jess Phillips, you know, she has her strong admirers, she has her detractors, but if we don't keep seats like that, we're in a bit of a mess. So I'm going to find out, how is it in Birmingham, what's the mood on the ground, and what's the future for Labour? Hiya. Hey everyone, how you doing? You alright? Raring to go? Woo! Yes!
The fact of the matter is on election day we can speak to thousands of people rather than hundreds if we have their phone number. That side of the road with John. John, you're on that side of the road. You're on that. Habib, you're on that side.
So in the polling at the moment, obviously the Tories have a whopping big lead.
Yeah.
But Labour's vote at the moment is kind of, they're on about what they were last time. Isn't that surprising?
Yes, but Tory voters are much more likely to be, you know, they'll vote around.
Yeah, that's about.
They'll vote
See
around.
what's going on.
Yeah, you know, they like to be wooed. Whereas people who vote Labour are, I think, a lot more tribal, and
Yeah.
I think people will vote for what they know. Also, because people don't really want this election. So,
Is that coming up? I think
oh
they'll
God,
also go
all
in.
the time. That woman from Bristol, that famous film.
It's like, stop giving us elections!
Yeah, they're like, get on with your job, love. You've only just started. Why are we having this election? I'm like, believe you me, I did not want this election.
What about with Brexit? A lot of people go like, all people want to talk about is Brexit, Brexit, Brexit. That's the narrative in the press.
Not at all.
Does
Not
it-
at all.
So people aren't going, I'm Leaver, I'm Remainer, that's how I'm going to vote.
I have not at all. Not at all. People talk to me genuinely more about Gogglebox than they do about Brexit.
It's a big issue.
This is Habib, who is a Yardley campaigning legend.
You
He
like
knows everybody.
He used to have a shoe shop up on the road on
Yeah,
Covent
exactly.
Road, so they used to all come in. That's the
He
family
knows.
store that
Getting
they
to know
used
people.
He
Yeah,
knows
someone- yeah, that's right.
literally everybody.
Well, not
And if
literally.
someone forgets the phone number, he's like, it's all right, and he goes through his phone. Gets the phone number.
If I was going to ask you top 3 issues in this constituency, what do you reckon they are?
Immigration comes up. The single biggest issue is always pavement politics. It is stuff about the grass verges,
Yeah.
the bins.
Do people complain about, I've noticed this a lot on the doorstep, other people's gardens, and they get really
Oh
angry
my
about it.
God, yeah, other people's gardens, yeah. Big trees in other people's gardens. Parking, how other people park. So I'd put all that into one category.
Pavement politics.
But as pavement politics. And then I would say housing. So the fact that people can't afford to buy houses, people are inappropriately housed in my constituency is really bad. Have you had any Lib Dems?
No. I've not really had any.
Tories?
You've not had anyone?
No.
Just,
Well, today, yeah, but not right now.
oh, what, this
we're talking
morning?
about?
No, we're talking
Yeah.
about now, like,
Yeah.
have you got anyone voting for anyone yet?
No, not really. Yeah.
Maybe you need to ask the other two.
Did you watch Theresa May on the One Show the other day?
I didn't. I've only seen the really cringy
The shoes.
shoe thing.
In a lift where she said, a woman said to her she got involved in politics because Theresa May shoes.
I mean, give me actual strength.
It is true that polling and anecdotal stuff backs it up. A lot of people seem to quite like it, which for people like me and you is a bit like odd, maybe. Why? Come on, what do you think it is? Why is she?
I think that the Tories have essentially created a sense of complete instability in the country, which is ironic considering what their lovely catchphrases are. She is sort of like a phoenix from the ashes, which she lit the paper on.
That's a really important point. They actually have unleashed chaos, and they
Total.
promote that sense of chaos, but claim they're the only things that can stabilise the chaos they themselves have caused.
Yeah, I
Clever,
mean,
innit?
it is clever. It's clever if you can do it, if you have the money and the PR to do it, and if you have essentially a lightning rod, which they feel they have in Jeremy Corbyn, they can charge themselves up like the power of Grayskull. And
Tories, eh?
but people just want a simpler life. This is my favourite named street in Yardley, Fastpits Road.
Fastpits Road! I don't know, I'm not so loud.
It is just funny.
Yeah.
So you've been MP now for 2 years. It's been a very quiet, uneventful period in British history. What are you most proud of? Go on.
I am most proud of raising the profile of domestic violence victims and for actually changing the law so that no perpetrator of domestic violence will ever be allowed to question their victim in a family court. I am also proud, the most proud I think actually was to stand with the families of the Birmingham pub bombings and get them the legal aid that they deserved, because it was like a proper David and Goliath story.
What's been the worst thing about being an MP?
Oh God, I don't like being away from my family.
Yeah.
And whilst I'm no fan of the snap election, the pleasure of waking up in my own bed every day is an enormous silver line. It's very, very difficult for people with young families, I think, to be members of Parliament. So that is difficult. And, you know, we suffered a terrible, terrible loss when Joe was killed, and feeling like you're in a class of people who is now hunted. And for journalists it's the same, actually. I think it's a similar thing. Isn't the best, and
No
all
idea.
I'm trying to do, genuinely, I know it sounds trite and rubbish, is trying to like make things better for people, and then I became a target because of that. That's I mean, there's some people really like much worse than me.
Some really genuinely malevolent people out there.
Yeah, why me? I mean, I'm just like trying to like help Betty with her tree and the flats at the back of her house, and like, you know, sort out this youth centre just over the road, which we managed to save, and the people want to kill me because of it. Weird.
If Labour is a family, which I think it is Labour going to stay together after whatever happens? Is it going to...
Yeah, I mean,
gel?
I think so, because I think that tribal tendency is really hard to shake, isn't it? I remember once I tried not to vote Labour, and my hand, like a Ouija board, I couldn't not do it. I think it will come back together, but it, like when you have a falling out with your family, which I do all the time, everybody has to give a little bit, and I think that the trouble is there's certain factions that will not give an inch from both sides, and that has got to stop, because we're going to be so... I hope that we're going to get, like, you know, that bit in between Christmas and New Year that everybody really likes, because you don't actually have to go and do anything, there's no obligation. I hope that after the election, when everyone's so tired and so stuffed full of turkey, that we're going to sit around together and watch a crap film that we've all seen before and feel a bit better.
Then there's the dirty washing up, someone's going to have to clean that up.
Yeah, that'll be the Labour
The mess
women.
on the counter.
The Labour women, they always clean up the mess.
So I'm an opinion writer, I'm an activist, so I don't pretend to be neutral or objective. I want Labour to do well in this election, and what I found from, you know, today is there is some grounds for some optimism. This is so hard. All the odds are stacked against Labour, there's no point pretending otherwise. But it does show, get people out knocking on doors, campaigning. It's the only way to turn things around. So I thought that was interesting. I don't want to see what you think. So as ever, leave your comments. A lot of you won't agree with me. Good. Want to hear from you. Subscribe. I'll see you next time.